When Konami released Metal Gear Solid: The Master Collection Volume 1 on October 24, 2023, fans were excited to experience these iconic titles on modern hardware. However, that excitement quickly turned into frustration as players encountered a host of issues, ranging from subpar graphics to unexpected bugs and even game crashes. The collection was essentially a straightforward port of the original games, with no significant graphical improvements. Textures appeared outdated, and there was even complaints about frame rate drops. One of the most noticeable issues was the graphics quality. Fans expecting crisp, updated high-resolution visuals were disappointed by the lack of meaningful enhancements. On top of the graphics, the collection was plagued by various bugs. Some players experienced audio glitches, with dialogue and music cutting out randomly. Sometimes with weird audio issues that could scare the crap out of you. Jesus, what the fuck is that? Others reported issues with controller input lag, making the fast-paced, tactical gameplay more difficult than it should have been. With all these issues, the initial reception of the collection was mixed at best. Konami was aware of these problems before the release, so they issued a statement promising to fix these issues in future updates, and they stayed true to their word. Over the next several months, Konami worked slowly, rolling out a patch after a patch to address these concerns. Sure, they took their sweet time, but things were getting fixed. Well, today marks the 1-year anniversary since the release of Metal Gear Solid: The Master Collection Volume 1. I reviewed the collection last year and I was very disappointed by it. So, how does the collection fare now compared to a year ago? In this video, we will check every Metal Gear game and see if most of the issues that the collection shipped with have been resolved. We will explore the PC version of the collection in this video, as it is by far the most updated version as of making of this video. Let's start with the 2D Metal Gear games. Fortunately, they did not have many major issues. There was an issue with Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake where the game ran at a higher speed. Thankfully, these issues were resolved within a week of the release. Since then, most of the updates for 2D games were more like enhancements, such as the addition of a windowed mode and the ability to control volume within the game. The 2D NES Metal Gear games also got additional options. Since these two games were emulations, we have received emulation features like screen settings, including standard, pixel perfect, 16:9, and a full screen modes. There is also smoothing and a screen filter, allowing for options like CRT scan lines. As for the resolution, it is still 720p, but that's understandable. I mean, what is there to upscale? These are 2D games released almost 30 years ago. The only thing missing is the scanline feature for Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. In conclusion, I think the updates for the 2D games are fine. I don't know what other major features people expect for these games, but as of now, Konami did a good job updating them. Next up is Metal Gear Solid. I was critical of the game because it's actually an emulation. But emulation wasn't the issue. The issue was the lack of features typically expected from emulated games. No screen settings, no filters, and no smoothing. The game had a Vaseline look, making it appear neither sharp or crisp. Plus, there was a big issue that bothered me: the lack of a true 360-degree analog movement from the original game. You were stuck with an 8-way movement on the analog stick, which felt jarring. It is essentially a mapped D-pad input into the analog stick, making certain parts of the game much harder to play. There were also slow load times compared to modern standards, exactly the same as in the PlayStation 3 emulation. So, did Konami fix these issues a year later? Well, I'm happy to say yes, most of these issues have been resolved. They have finally added emulation options including screen settings, filters, and smoothing. They have also added the option to control the volume within the game. The analog issue was also fixed, and now the analog stick offers a true 360-degree movement. The controls are much more responsive than before. Unfortunately, the load times are still slow. Hopefully, this will be addressed in the future, but I doubt it, as it doesn't seem to be a priority. But hey, a man can dream. As for the resolution, it is still 720p. I suppose that's fine, considering it's an emulation. But when you see what emulators like DuckStation can do in upscaling the game, you can't help but wonder why the Master Collection can't do the same. Anyway, there's still more work to be done with Metal Gear Solid. Konami has taken a big step forward, but they haven't finished the journey just yet. Now, it is time to discuss Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3. But before we dive in, watch this segment from my review last year. But that does not excuse the biggest flaw this collection has so far, and that is the internal resolution of the Master Collection, which is locked at 1280 by 720p across all platforms, even on PC. What is your excuse, Konami, to have the Master Collection at 720p? And it is not even a good 720p. It is a bad 720p. Even worse than the HD collection. How can you release an even inferior product compared to the one released 12 years ago? Is it incompetence? Is it the lack of resources? Or is it simply greed? Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 had the most issues in the collection. So, did Konami fix any of them? Well, I am happy to say yes, they have fixed a lot of issues, and they even gone beyond just fixing them. First, we now have a proper controller settings, allowing you to remap buttons however you like. Second, now we have a proper keyboard and a mouse support. It is not optimal, but it is better than nothing. And finally, we have our resolution settings. You can now upscale the games to 1080p, 2K, and 4K, with internal upscaling for a sharper, crisper image. And guess what? There's even an option for high-resolution full-motion videos in the game. They have been AI upscaled, and while you can notice some artifacts, they still look great. Despite these massive fixes, some issues still remains, like the raindrop effects and the alert/caution prompt on the top right of the screen. But I believe these will be fixed in time. Overall, I am happy with the amount of work that Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 have received. The games look like what a definitive Master Collection should. Now, with all these fixes, do you think Konami has delivered on their promises? In my opinion, they have. But that's not the problem. There's one key detail I want to mention. To fix the majority of the issues the Master Collection had, it took Konami 11 months, almost a full year. Do you think it is justifiable for a company to release a product and take almost a year to fix issues that should have been addressed from the start? Take the resolution for Metal Gear Solid 2 and Metal Gear Solid 3 as an example. When the collection launched last year, the resolution was locked at 720p across all platforms. Konami released a resolution patch for PC Steam on September 26, 2024. 11 months later. Console patches are still yet to come. For Konami to take 11 months to fix what I believe was a simple issue, especially when the PC modding community released a mod to address it within an hour of the collection's release, is wild to me. I don't know why this delay happened. Maybe there's more to it. But to me, this is a sign of incompetency. What frustrates me most is that as a die-hard fan who bought the collection on day one at full price, I had to wait almost a year for these simple issues to be fixed so I could enjoy the game as it was meant to be. Why should someone like me, who supported the game on day one, be punished for getting it day one? Why not delay the game until these major issues are resolved? Since its release, the Master Collection has been on sale multiple times on Steam. Well, I guess the joke's on me for trusting Konami and buying the game on day one at full price. Don't get me wrong, I am not mad that Konami fixed the issues. I am happy that the games can now be experienced as they were meant to be, a definitive Master Collection. But taking almost a year? That's not okay. This had me lose trust in Konami. In fact, I think I'm close to losing it altogether. Earlier this month, the Silent Hill 2 remake was released. Despite my PC meeting the minimum requirements, I couldn't play the game. I had issues with stuttering, ghosting, and poor performance. The game even crashed on me, giving me a blue screen of death. I have never had a blue screen since building my PC 4 years ago. In the end, I had to refund it. This makes me worried about Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. I really want to play the game on day one. But at the same time, I don't want to be used as a tester for a product full of issues. Anyway, in a recent episode of Metal Gear Production Hotline, Okamura mentioned that issues like this wouldn't happen in future Master Collection volumes. This time, they will ensure the games are released without major problems. Hopefully, Konami stays true to their word. Because seriously, what other choice do I have? In conclusion, I think Konami has done a tremendous job fixing the majority of the issues within the Master Collection Volume 1. But the fact that it took them almost a year to do so still annoys me. So, is now the proper time to get the Master Collection? I say yes. If you haven't picked it up yet, now is a good time. There are still minor issues here and there, but they are almost nothing compared to the major ones that have already been fixed. So, what do you think of the Master Collection right now? Do you think Konami has done a good job updating the collection, despite taking too long? Tell me in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.